Be genuine and you'll have a huge impact. I can take them and be hands-off. Do you want our help? And if they want our help, great. If not, not. And after you need to deal with all the guests, it doesn't make sense. And it was nightmare. We don't want that. It's growing and growing and growing. Be genuine and you'll have a huge impact. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vincent Hovorka and I'm your business coach. If you are here for the first time, click the subscribe button and you're not gonna miss any more of my content. So what do I mean by be genuine and you'll have a huge impact? If you want to grow your business and if you really mean it, you need to be thinking long term. You cannot just get some clients and not really do a good job or good service and after think like you're gonna create a great business from that. No, you need to be genuine and you need to be thinking in the long term. And I'll give you an example. This week I had 17 calls from people regarding holiday lead management. I'm running some advertisement, people are interested, they're booking calls, and I had 17 of those calls, or 17 or 19, don't remember exactly now, one or the other. It's on my board in the next door, I could check it. And from those calls, when I'm speaking to them, there were a few of these conversations. They would show me their listings. I would check it out with them. I would share the screen and we would go over it. And I can see if they're doing a good job or not. And if they are not doing a very good job, I'll tell them what they can improve and I'll give them advice. I'm gonna give them advice for free. I'm like, okay, you can improve that. You should be maybe listed with more properties and with more listing, online platforms, travel agencies. Do you know about this platform? Do you know about this platform? Have you thought about reaching out to companies for direct bookings? Have you thought about that? Do you think you can do that? Or if not, do you want our help? Right? So firstly, I'll give them genuine advice, and if they want our help, great. If not, not. But also, some of these calls, there were these listings, and when I've seen it, I'm like, okay, if I'll charge 8% management, which is ridiculously low. In average in UK, it's 18%. We charge only 8. But if I charge 8% to this, what you do, what you wanted to achieve, with all the expenses what you have, you're actually not making much money. So us doing it for you, yes, we can, but it means we'll cut 8% of your profits, and at the end of the day, maybe you're not gonna make enough of money if you do everything correctly. Because if they are not doing all the things what we do, so yeah, it makes sense to hire us because we'll increase their occupancy rates by direct bookings and being on all online travel agencies which are out there. But if they are doing everything right and they are on all online travel agencies, they are focusing on direct bookings, and the only reason they want the management company is because they want to be hands-off. I can take them and be hands-off, but the thing is, if it means that they stop making money, it doesn't make sense. Because how it's gonna work? I'll take them as management, they'll be for me for 6 months, and after I say like, I'm not making any money, so they'll take the property back from me, and I just wasted a lot of time. And yes, we maybe made a little bit of money over a period of 6 months, but it wasn't worth of the effort because you need to upload the properties everywhere. It takes like 2 days to upload the property on every single platforms. And after you need to deal with all the guests, it's a lot of hassle for 6 months. So you want to be thinking in the long term. So if you are going to any conversation with your potential clients, even you are offering products or services, firstly, go into that conversation and being genuine. Genuinely, you want to help them. And I'll give you one more example. When I first started in property in 2020, we've come up to this house and this house was empty. I have reached out to the landlords, found their address, sent them a letter, they reach out back, we had a phone call conversation, and I asked them, would you be willing to sell this house? It is empty, and we are just refurbishing the house on the same street, and I think that will be good into our portfolio. And they said, yes, we would be willing to sell it. And I made an offer. Would you be able to sell it for 50,000? Because the house in their condition on the same street would be worth 50,000. And they said, no, we cannot sell it for 50,000 because our mortgage is higher. Unfortunately, they bought it before 2008, so the value was so high. I'm like, sure, so what is your mortgage? They said, our mortgage is 68,000. I said, okay, we cannot buy it for 68,000 because the market is not there. For me as an investor, it doesn't make financial sense. So I asked them, what about you rent it out to someone else So at least you are making a little bit of money. The property needed roughly £5,000 put into it for a refurbishment. And after you can be making money. And they said like, no, we don't want to have any tenants. We had it and it was a nightmare. We don't want that. I'm like, okay, so you cannot sell for 50,000. I cannot give you 68,000. You don't want tenants and have a hassle. So another option was, I'll give you the 68,000, but not now, but in 10 years time. And I'm gonna pay you a little bit of rent so you cover your expenses, and we're gonna deal with that, and we're gonna have a little bit of profit in between. How that sounds? And they said yes. And we have that property for 4 years now. By the way, this strategy in property is called lease option agreement. And there is a lot of videos on YouTube and you can ask me questions about it. It's not easy to find deals like that, but it's a very good strategy. And the reason I'm sharing that with you, I didn't approach those people and the first thing would be, I'll do the lease option agreement with you. No, firstly, it was genuine advice. Would you sell it? No, to help them out because it was empty, not making any money. No, we can't. And after we couldn't, they don't want to rent. Okay, the advice was rent it out. You're gonna make money. We don't want that. And after there was another option. Be genuine with your business when you deal with your clients, whatever business you are. And if you like this video, share it on your social, share it with your friends. Who doesn't want more views on YouTube? We all want. Don't know why, but it probably is growing and growing and growing. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next week.